Hi everyone, I've got a terrific video. It's all about entries, and I'm going to show you how you can take entries with confirming indicators. Now, take a look here. We have a rocket ship. Obviously, it takes a lot of ingenuity and education to be able to put rockets to outer space, and guess what? They use indicators on sophisticated computer systems. They're not using price action, they're using indicators. Of course, I'm just joking about the price action part of it, but I'm going to show you what I do and what special indicators. Indicators are fantastic for helping you trade and keeping things a lot simpler, and I'll show you exactly what I do and the indicators I use to help make some trading decisions. Now, I've been producing a series of videos, very important videos, that showcase how you can trade stress-free, okay, that's the key, using the right tools, and I've been doing that since, like I said, the beginning of this year. That my definition, right here, my definition for stress-free trading is to work less with minimal computer screen time, making simple decisions quickly without hesitation, feelings, and emotions, growing your account balance in a safe, and this is important, safe and structured plan. So, confirming indicators are the right tools to be able to trade stress-free, and I urge all of you to write this down and maybe post this beside your computer. Okay, now my name is Martin, and I'm a proud Canadian trader, and this video again is how to enter a trade with confirming indicators. I'll show you what I do, and hopefully the education is simple enough for you to understand and for you to follow and for you to adopt. So we're going to get right into it. And before you take any new trade entry, and this is important, before every new trade entry, you need to know these four things. I actually call them my four W's, okay? The four W's, they're four questions that start with the letter W, and you need to answer each and every question before you even consider your next trade. So, very first, what is the market doing? Okay, basically, what is the market doing? Are we in an uptrend or a downtrend, or are we sideways? Number two, who's in control? Are the bulls or bears in control? Bulls represented by the buyers, and the bears represented by the sellers. Number three, where is the market right now? So when you're looking at a chart, are we in an up phase? Is market price cycling up, or is it cycling down? And that's important for you to understand when you actually enter the trade. And number four, when can you consider a trade entry? And this depends, of course, if you're an aggressive or a conservative style trader. The great news is I've been teaching a new course to my live students here in Toronto, Canada, okay? And I'm just going to teach you two trade entries. So I want to keep things really simple, but getting back to here, once you can answer these four questions, okay, before you enter your next trade, then you start assembling the education and confidence to help you anticipate a trade setup. So these are the steps involved in anticipating your trade setups, and you can do that for every trade that you want to take. And finally, I just want to mention, that's what this video is all about. Confirming indicators can help you do all this. Okay, so that's important. Now, when you're ready to enter a trade, so you basically know what you want to do. You want to take a buy trade or you want to take a sell trade. You're pretty sure of that. Okay, you know what you want to actually do, and you see a trading signal. Then what you need to do is just confirm your dominant trend direction. In other words, you want to trade in the overall dominant trend. So if a market is going up, okay, we're in an uptrend, then you want to take buy trades only, okay? And again, just to remind you, I've been following my series of videos for the last 4 or 5 months. We are day traders and we trade on the daily charts, okay? We actually are going to look at charts in just a moment, so bear with me. But again, I'm just reviewing this. This is important. When you're ready to actually enter a trade, you want to trade, you want to take buy trades and trade in the dominant trend direction. So if you're in an uptrend, you want to take buy trades. If you're in a downtrend, you want to take sell trades. Next, you want to gauge the market strength and momentum, okay? And so as you're ready to enter a trade, do you have momentum behind price that's going to continue pushing price in the direction that you want to trade? So that's important. But and again, just to remind you, we have indicators. I'm using indicators to show you how to do all of this. Okay, market volume, that's kind of important. It is difficult to really get true market volume in the Forex markets because we don't have a centralized market, you know, where all the data is coming in one centralized area, and it is all interbank, and you know, all the brokers are trading with one another, and so on and so forth. So it is difficult to read market volume, but I do have an indicator that I can recommend. Okay, so market volume is there volume coming in as you're ready to enter a trade. Entry signals, you want to see an actual entry signals. And again, remember, I'm only going to show you 2 trade entries because we want to keep things really, really simple. Proper lot trade size. That's truly important. When you enter a trade, you have to know what your lot size is, that you're not carrying too much risk and you're not trading with too high of a lot size, okay? You want to entry stop loss. So when you enter a trade, you obviously need an initial stop loss that protects your trade from going too far in the opposite direction. And entry first profit target. So whenever you enter a trade, you need an idea of your first profit target. Of course, if the trade keeps running, okay, let's say your first profit target is here, then you want to have a system that lets run higher. Okay, and finally trailing stops and exits. So as price goes higher, let's say if you've taken a buy trade, then you want to trail your stops, okay, and to protect more of your profit as you gain that. So these are all the things that indicators can do. We use types of indicators to help you understand all this and make trading very easy, okay? And again, I want to just mention that we only have 2 entry strategies. First is we have what's called the early entry, and that's when a trend generally starts early in its cycle. We're not necessarily wanting to get in at the beginning of a new trend, but early enough to gather or to gain as many pips as we can. Okay, so that's what I mean by early entry. And remember, I'm going to show you some charts in just a moment. And finally, the trend continuation. So once a trend has been established, okay, and then we want to right here, we want to get into a trade as it continues going in the same direction as the dominant overall trend. In this example right here, dominant overall trend is up. Okay, so let me take that off. Now, what is the market doing? So let's get to the 4 questions, and then we're going to get to some charts. Prior to every trade entry, you need to know the overall dominant trend direction, right? That is key, right? Because if you know that price is in an uptrend, then you know you want to take buy trades. This is the starting point for all of your trading decisions. Your first trading tool is a simplistic single line moving average. So that's the first indicator I'm going to show you. This single line moving average gives you market direction and acts as the main indicator for all your entry signals. So that's the starting point, guys, and it is so simple. Let's take a look here. Okay, so here we have a single line moving average. You can see it's color coded. Okay, and I'll give you some information below the video where you can find these indicators, and you can start testing them yourself. So single line indicator here, it's very easy to see. We have pink. When we see pink, we're only looking at sell trades. Okay, sell trades. When price is above green here, and you can see the start of the trend, the uptrend starts right here. So we're only looking for buy trades, okay? Again, green changes to pink. We're looking for sell trades. I mean, it really can't be any simpler than that. So again, just remember, when the moving average is green, and you can find these color moving averages online, guys. They're free indicators, okay? So you just have to play around with the settings, and I can suggest perhaps starting off with a 21 moving average, maybe a 30 moving average, 34 moving average, 50 moving average, whatever suits you. You have to try different settings and see how that works for you, okay? Now, the great thing about the dominant trend direction, it is you're instantly be able to detect the trend in just seconds, okay? And I do want to get to some charts, so just focus on this large moving average right here. It changes color. Green means you're looking for buy trades. So here we're obviously price is above green. We're only looking for buy trades. It changes color just for a bit here. But you can see sell trades, and the indicators down below, just so that you know, most likely tell you that you do not take sell trade. You will not take a sell trade. The indicators below would tell you whether there's strength in the market and there's volume. And it's just as important to know when to stay out of a trade as to when to stay in a trade. But again, you can see here, let me just take it off. By just moving the chart, okay, see how it changes from green to pink. So sell trades, buy trades, sell trades, you can see. And by the way, this is the New Zealand US dollar, okay? So you can see instantly what market you're in. And here you can see, by the way, this is this is the middle of May. This is the last trading day here. We're still in a downtrend, so there's no trade opportunities, because remember, you're trying to take sell trades on when you see the pink here, okay? We can switch to another chart. It doesn't really matter. Here's the US Japanese yen. The best pairs for trading lately are the cross pairs. Here's the British pound, New Zealand dollar. You can see here how the colors change, giving you some terrific opportunities. And with the trend trading program, we are trend traders. If you're right and you get in, see right here, you would the trends tend to be fairly long, okay? And in this case, 480 pips. You can see using my crosshair. So when you're wrong, okay, let's say you got in on a sell trade here, the amount of money you lose is very little, because we're trading with stop losses. But when you're right, the trends seem to go on for a long time. So these long trends, again, see here's a long trend here. You'd make a lot of pips, which would wipe out the small loss. Again, a long trend here, okay, from here to here would again wipe out any small losses. So the important thing about the trend trading system that I'm showcasing, guys, is that when you're in a trend and the entry is correct, you would be in a trend for a long time. So even here, that's a fairly long trend. Take a look at this one right here, guys. You get in here and you're out there, right? So now that's the really important thing. Now the next thing is we look for trade entries, and there are only two trade entries. One's the early entry, and then one is the continuation entry. Okay, the early entry, guys, is really super simple. So you always wait for the moving average to change its color. Here it's pink, which changes to green, and you're looking for the first bullish candle that closes above the green line. Okay, so that would be your early entry, and here is an early sell entry. Okay, so again, it was green, signifying an uptrend. It changes to pink. You look for the first bearish candle. And this my charts are color coded so that the candles are white for bullish and black for bearish. Okay, but here this one closed just below the pink. You would get in right there and you'd make a lot of pips. So those are my early entry signals. Okay, and that's really important, and they play right off this one simple moving average. So we're trying to keep trading really simple. Most of you guys are losing traders, so here's a system that's super simple for you to understand. You just follow the moving average and wait for a candle to cross from below to above and close above the green line, or it starts from above and closes below the pink line for a sell trade. Okay, now the confirming indicators, I want you to understand there are confirming indicators underneath this actual chart that tell you whether these signals are valid to go forward, to enter a trade, whether or whether to stay out of a trade. Okay, so and we'll talk about that in just a moment. Now the next thing is, who is in control? That's question number 2, right? Are the buyers or sellers in control? Well, as trend traders, you want to side with who's ever in control. You need to confirm price, momentum, and direction for buyer-seller strength, right? So whenever you're ready to take a trade, and let's say you want to take a buy trade, you want to know if there's momentum and strength behind the buy trade that you're about to enter. So we use another indicator for that, and this one's really simple. This one right here down below, I'll be giving you some information below the video. This is just a MACD. I find the MACD not an absolute perfect indicator, but guess what? It does its job. You can see the momentum you can see the momentum in the histo bars. Okay, that's right here with these white bars and these black bars. That's momentum. Okay, and when you see this blue line, that's the actual MACD line. When it crosses up above the red line, we're in an uptrending pattern. When the blue line crosses below the red signal line here, we're in a downtrending pattern. You can see here the down, let me just get this right here. Okay, so here you can see the the blue MACD line crossed below the red and did not cross back up above the red here. It stayed below, and right there, you see, it went up and then down again, and this also signifies a continuation pattern. So this is a terrific tool that not only shows you the direction, okay, right here, direction, but momentum of the move. So whenever you're thinking of getting into a trade, let's say right there, that's the early entry, you would look to see if the blue MACD line is below the zero line. This is the zero line right here, okay? And if it's not, then you just wait, and this one definitely is right here with this candle, okay? So momentum and direction using the MACD is an absolute fantastic indicator. You should all be using that, okay? Well, I strongly suggest that you do. Okay, so let's move on. And what we have next is another indicator. This is the volume, or it's a money flow indicator. Again, I'll give you some information. And if again, we're talking about early entries. So right here, take a look at this white candle that closed above the green line. That would be an early entry. And right here, you can see the blue is above the zero line here. So this is a volume indicator, okay? And when there's volume in the market, you're good to go as long as you're looking at the MACD, and the MACD and this indicator confirms. So we need all indicators to confirm for the early entry here. Again, another early entry. You can see right here the blue line crossed just below the zero line. So there's money flow coming into the market, indicating, and along with strength from the MACD, if that does indicate that, then you're good to go. Good to go to take a sell trade on the downside here. Okay, so next we've got the number 3. We want to answer question number 3, which is, where is the market right now? Well, be aware of the up and down cycles or market waves, right? Where is price right now? So when you open up a chart, you want to know where price is. Waiting for the right market wave or cycle is an important consideration to your market entry timing in order for you to execute the 2 entry strategies. Remember, our entry strategies, there's only 2. It's an early entry, and you want to hop on board early in the dominant trend direction. Okay, and that happens when the moving average line, that big single line on your chart, changes its color. So the moment it changes color, let's say from pink, from a downtrend, to green, which signifies the start of an uptrend, then you look for a candle to cross it, and that would be your early entry. But you want to trade in the same, or take the trade in the same direction as the dominant trend direction. Trend continuation entries, we're going to get to that in just a little while. What you want to do is wait for retracements or pullbacks, okay? And that is a market wave in the opposite direction. So I'm going to show you this right here. Grab my marking pen. So here you can see we have a dominant trend. This is a dominant trend to the downside, and the price, you can see here, is going down. Here we have a little bit of, you see how it changes the color from red to green, so a bit of a retracement, and then all of a sudden, it changes from red to the green, and again changes to the green here. You can see that, and green here. So this area right here is called a retracement or a pullback, and you're waiting for either price to reverse back to the downside. Okay, remember the dominant trend was down, so in a retracement pullback, you're waiting for the trend continuation pattern, which means that price is coming back down, and you want to take a sell trade, right? But in this case, price went up, crossed above this green. We now right here have the start of a brand new uptrend, okay? And you can see there's strength in the market, strength in the uptrend, the momentum is gaining strength, and so so now we are in the upcycle phase, okay? So again, price is cycling up, and then price, you see it changes red here from green. This line, this little line from green to red, this price is cycling down, which means we're in a retracement pullback, and only then, only after a retracement, we'll wait for price to go in the same direction as the overall trend, which is green, right? Which means we're looking for buy trade. Guess what, guys? There, with that candle, you could take a buy trade and you make all those pips, okay? And that's what we mean by market cycle phases. So price is cycling up, price is cycling down, price cycling up, price cycling down, price cycling up, down, up, down, okay? And I'm going to show you how to enter those trades. It is easy, again, with the early entry or a continuation type of trade, okay? Again, here, this is a continuation type of trade right here, okay? The early entry would be, see this white candle right here? That right there, that was your early entry signal to get in. And if you want to enter a second trade or add to your trade, you'd get in. Right here would be the conservative trader entry. You'd still make pips from here to here, or the aggressive trader would actually buy in a downtrend, and that's important. I'm not going to spend too much time on the aggressive trading because that's a bit more of a complex topic, but when you have black candles in an uptrend means we have green here. An aggressive trader would actually take a buy trade on a black bearish candle, and then looking for price to go up higher. So you get in much earlier and make a lot more pips that way. Okay, so let me take that all off. We're going to continue. Now, number 4, the last question, when to enter a trade? Well, you enter trades based on your personality, trading style, whether you're aggressive or conservative. Early entries are excellent with the dominant trend direction, okay? And these, the early entry is for all types of trading styles. So whether you're an aggressive trader or whether you're a conservative trader, I urge you all to keep an eye out on the early entry, okay? And trend continuation entries happen after retracements or pullbacks and are generally more suited to the conservative style trading, okay? So we'll go back to the chart here. And again, you can see pink changed to the green. That means right here we have the start of a brand new trend. With this candle that crosses over, we have an early buy entry. So price goes up, okay? Price going up. Here we have a retracement. You see the red here. On this just follow this thin line. Here's a bit of a retracement, but here's a bigger retracement. Okay, so this would be a trend continuation entry, and then price cycles back down again. The price changes, the line here, this thin line changes from red to green, signifying a brand new cycle higher, so price is cycling higher. But remember, all along this never changed. We're still basically in the green here, okay? And so the dominant trend direction is up. So here is the entry signal for a well, this is actually a early buy entry, and I'm glad I put that in there, and I'll tell you why. Let me just take that off. See, the green changed to pink. So when you do see a change in color, and remember, we don't see what's happening to the right side of the chart. So when you see pink, you just, you trade what you see. And here, you would have a possible selling opportunity with this black candle when it crossed below the pink. I'm not too sure if it actually closed below the pink, but the indicators that are below your chart would either confirm that as a sell trade or negate that. And that's like I said, the indicators below the chart do a pretty good job of that. So most likely would have told you to stay out of the trade setup. All of a sudden price continued in the same direction. That's why we call it a trend continuation, green again, okay? And you could have gotten in here or here, as long as the indicators below showed that it was good to go. And when I say the indicators below, what you're looking for when you're reading the indicators is their strength and momentum in the market, direction is going the right way, and also the volume, is their volume coming back into the market, money flow. Okay, so again, here is an early buy. Take a look at this candle. Just because we had green changed to pink, this black candle did not close below this line, so no trade entry for the sell side. But here, this is an early buy entry, and most likely the indicators below would have confirmed that as your early entry, and again, you would have made all these pips here. Okay, so just letting you know. I'll be handing out, or I'll be giving you out more information on my trading system. I'll be giving you some links in the near future if you're interested in learning more about what I'm doing. Okay, so let's take that off and let's continue. Now, finally, we have the entry money management part of it. And whenever you are ready to actually take an entry, take a trade, you really need to know what your correct lot size is, because you cannot enter a trade with too high of a lot size. You'd be foolish to. You want to keep your trade entries to 1 to 2% of your entire account balance. Okay, so in case you're wrong, you don't want to lose too much money, and when you're right, you want to make big money, right? So you always want to control your losses. The other part of money management is your entry stop loss. You need to have an initial entry stop loss in case your trade entry immediately goes against you, and you need a first profit target, and your overall risk should be defined I suggest no more than 1 to 2%. Okay, I'm going to show you this on the chart here. Take a look here. Take a look at this indicator. This is the money management indicator, so it's always on your chart. I'll have some information below the video on this as well, and it always gives you the information regarding the last candle you see in your chart. And in this case, you can see it's telling you that based on your account balance, that if you're going to enter a trade, your volume is 0.25, which means 2.5 mini lots. That's all you're allowed to trade. So this automatically computes this for you. You don't have to go to a lot size calculator or position size calculator. By the way, the best one, you can find it on the babypips.com website. Just Google babypips.com position size calculator or lot size calculator, and there's a terrific one where you can it's a calculator that will tell you based on your account balance and your risk factor what you're allowed to trade. Okay, but this great indicator is fantastic, does actually do all of this automatically for you. So for anytime you're ready to enter a trade, it'll tell you the volume, what you should enter a trade with, your lot size. Okay, and it'll also give you some other terrific information. So if you're taking a sell trade here, take a look here, sell, stop loss. It'll tell you where to actually put your stop loss. You see the price level right there, here at 1.9605, and your first profit target, 1.9267. So you just enter your trade, then put in manually, you put in your stop loss at this level. If you're taking a sell trade, and sell take profit at 19267. I'm sorry if I did that wrong, but your selling take profit is your initial first profit target level is 1.9267. Okay, I'm risking 1%, so I'm limited to trading a maximum of $500. I have an account of $50,000 here. And so it's showing me that on any one trade I cannot risk and lose more than $500. And it also then gives you an ATR reading. You can learn a little bit more about ATR by googling that. It's important. The ATR is 136 pips on this particular pair. So this is super valuable. It'll keep your nose to the ground. You're never going to lose a lot of money by following this system and this money management indicator. Okay, and finally, I just want to mention the absolute #1 priority for you is your money. That's the only thing that matters, guys, is your money. Okay, you want to always protect your capital and control your losses. Okay, that is the most important thing. Protecting your capital and controlling your losses is more important than actually making money, because if you don't know anything about your risk management, you're eventually going to lose a lot of your capital, if not all of it. Okay, just letting you know. And we're almost finished, guys. I know this is a bit of a long video, but with confirming indicators, and that's what this video is all about, confirming indicators, you're ready to blast off with confidence, knowing that you've checked all the boxes, all the indicators below your chart. I'll show you one more time a chart in just a second, just remind you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's important. Okay, so you can see a chart. It doesn't matter. I'll just pull up any chart here. You can see, and right here, colors change from pink to green. Okay, this is your early entry. Does it confirm here? Does it confirm here? That's all you do. Okay, and if you got confirmation from these two lower indicators, this is the MACD and this is the money flow volume indicator. If it confirms and price has closed above and not too far above, that's important. If you have a huge candle, it's most likely a result of a news event. So usually after huge up candles, price reverses, and you want to wait a little bit. But there's your early entry, and again you can see how let me just take that out, how I'm using these indicators. Now, on the downtrend right here, okay, you can see it changed from green to pink, meaning that the overall trend direction is down. So take a look. First of all, this candle here, we don't have confirmation here. We actually might. Yeah, we might. Yeah, right there with the blue line crossed below the zero line. But here we don't have the money flow. So this candle most likely, yes, you could have gotten in. But anyways, that's how we use the two indicators. We use the MACD for direction. First of all, let me take this off. So the direction is with this blue line, that's the MACD line, and it has to be below the signal red line. And then the strength is the histobars below, histogram bars. When you see the black histogram bars, there's strength direction to the downside. And when you see the histobars to the upside, we have strength direction to the upside. Good to get in. Good to get into a trade. And you can see also the blue line right here is above the red line. So the trend direction is certainly in an uptrend right here. And if you would have gotten in anywhere here, you can see the money flow. The blue line is above the zero line. That means there's as long as the blue line is above the zero, you're good to go for an entry. Okay, so that's how we use our indicators. They're called confirming indicators. You have to know how to use them. I've changed the settings, guys, so sometimes the default settings do not work correctly, and you can play around with the settings. I'll give you the indicators down below the chart, though, okay? And it's just a matter of playing around and see what works for you depending on your trading style. So we're pretty well finished the video, and just want to say one. If you like this video, click on the like button. This is me, Martin, again, and don't forget, please subscribe by clicking on the subscribe and the bell button. You have to click on the bell for you to actually get the videos, and I produce a new video almost every week, so you can get them in your mailbox. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe and click on the like and comment button. Oh, and the bell and the comments. Yes, I'm looking for comments. If you have any comments on my video, please send that in, and I'll respond back to you. So that's it for this week. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Happy trading, and we'll see you again next week. Bye for now.